Welcome to Geek Out SA. This is episode 65? 65 episodes. And we have Red Star Gaming. The last time we saw y'all was at San Japan. So what's going on? But you weren't. You weren't on at that time.
I didn't go Sunday, but homeboy Pete.
Yeah, we have Pete, and now we have James.
I'm Jay Pena. Yeah.
Jay Pena. So, what's going on? What's happened since San Japan with Red Star Gaming?
Well, since San Japan, we've had 2 tournaments. Mm-hmm. The one in August was Feast of Blades National Qualifying Tournament. Matter of fact, we have 2 of the 3 winners sitting right here.
Yeah, not rigged.
Is that like that's got to be cheating? Come on.
Nah, everything's for everyone to see.
Points and wins and losses, everything put into a national database actually. So, well, you know, for who is it?
Tornifier.
Tornifier.
Yeah, Tornifier.
Yeah.
So everything,
all legit.
Yeah, everything's actually online. You can see all the points and stuff like that. Matter of fact, one of our other Red Star members, David, he won first place. And he's going to get to go to Denver, Colorado. He gets a free night stay at the hotel and paid entry to the tournament.
Very nice.
I took second. I took second. And he took third.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
Lots of fun. Yeah.
So Red Star Gaming, if they haven't seen your episode from when we did it at San Japan, Red Star Gaming does Warhammer 40K.
Yes.
And now, Warhammer is an RPG, but Warhammer 40K is a miniatures game, or how does that work?
It actually started off as a Warhammer Fantasy Battle.
Uh-huh.
So you had knights and goblins and stuff like that. That was the original concept of the game, and then it evolved to 40K.
Yeah, now you have like spaceships and
flying dragons.
Flying dragons with armor. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And yeah, it also has become a video game, and they have role-playing games. So it's actually getting bigger, which is what Games Workshop always wanted to be, was like the biggest, baddest tabletop game out there.
And they also have role-playing games as well.
Yeah,
the Death Watch and Dark Heresy, and a multitude of other ones. Not by Games Workshop, by using Games Workshop materials. Fantasy Flight Games, I believe, is
Fantasy Flight Games. Now, do they have the same kind of system that they use in 40K gaming system?
More or less, not so much like the same rules and stuff like that. I mean, they have their own separate thing, like their own dice rules mean certain things. But they take all the fluff, they take the weapon specs like that are kind of in the rule books, but supersizing them and just making them like a Marine's supposed to be 8 foot tall, superhuman, and the RPGs you feel like you can just take on anything by yourself, because that's what a Marine does.
Nice, nice. Yeah. Hey, big homie, have you ever played a miniatures game before?
If it was a miniature, it was probably just Hot Wheels. That's about it.
G.I. Joes.
G.I. Joes, yeah, exactly.
So, explain the miniatures aspect of gaming.
Man, that's a tough one. You caught me off guard. No,
I just do this all day, and I have my own club that's called Red Star Gaming.
Yeah,
but I don't know anything about miniature gaming.
Know nothing about miniature games.
I lifeline.
I think the appeal of the miniature over a card game is it's something that it's like basically brought to life in your hands. You know, you are that piece that you're moving across the table. You know, I think that's the appeal of the miniature game.
And you do that through some type of measurement, or how is that done?
Yes, the way the game is built, it's built off of points. So if you and your opponent, like Pete and I, would agree to a 1,500 point game, well, every miniature in there, every weapon has its own point value. So you build from 0 to 1,500 points, and that's your army. And
then movement, how do you track your movement? How do you move your pieces down?
It's all in inches. So and the movement for everything is in the rule book. If you're infantry, you're moving a standard 6 inches. If you're a jetpack, you're moving 12. Those flyers right in front of you move anywhere from 18 to 36 inches. So basically,
so you'll need more than just a ruler, right?
Yeah, you need your measuring tape is what you want. You know, like for construction.
How big are these boards that you're playing on? Are they just like flat boards, or what?
You can play on any hard surface as long as it's a 6 by 4 foot surface, and terrain is whatever you want to use. That's the beauty of it. You don't have to go spend $80 on a building when you could build it from scratch, or get some stuff in your backyard and just throw some rocks and tree limbs or branches, on a table.
Or stick some Amanda pennies.
Some of
Like
our some of our very first pieces of terrain were literally Bill Miller's Club, flipped upside down on top of a cardboard and just painted up.
Yeah,
Very
real
cool.
ragtag.
Really.
Pieces of foam board insulation cut into hills and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
So there's also there's Warhammer, of course. There's War Machine. And
Yes,
what is a
yes.
War Machine compared to Warhammer?
So whereas Warhammer is a full-scale epic battle on
Mhm.
a big table, War Machine focuses more on small skirmishes. So
Mhm.
it's a small skirmish game. Each model has pretty much by itself.
Mhm.
Whereas in Warhammer, it's like you're gonna have a squad of 10. All these 10 guys are gonna move this way. They're all gonna shoot at one target. In War Machine, you can have squads of 5, squads of 10, but each one is their own separate entity. You move each one by one, and they each have their own separate targets. This guy can charge over here. This guy can go charge over here. Or the same with shooting. Okay, this one model is going to shoot at that one guy and see if he kills it. Ah, he didn't kill it.
Mhm.
Okay, the next guy, same model. Third guy, same model. Oh, okay, he's dead. Now different priority. Let me shoot this other thing. And with that one, everything's relies on your warcaster or your warlock, which is like your main leader of the army.
Mhm.
In Warhammer, we have those as well as HQs. They can die in the middle of the game, and the game keeps on going. Like, oh, let's fight for for the Emperor. We're gonna get revenge for him killing our guy. In War Machine, as soon as your warcaster dies, that's it. That's the game. No matter what type of game you're playing, as soon as the warcaster's dead, that's it.
Wow.
That's the end of the game. You lose. And the games go by faster, being a smaller skirmish game.
Mhm.
You have fewer models, so that game's a little bit more easier to get into money-wise
Mhm.
because you have these small armies.
But then this is something that's just like grander, and you can go really all out with this
Yes.
stuff. Now, Jay, explain some of this stuff on this little white table over here that you have there.
Okay, well
Can we get a shot of that? Yeah.
We both look up there.
All right. Well, the blue one, the big blue airplane, that's Storm Raven.
Uh-huh.
So it's painted in the color scheme of my Ultramarines, which is the most noble chapter of the Space Marines. This little guy down here with these things that look like stingrays. That's a burning chariot.
Mm-hmm.
So that's from the demon realm. Same thing with the guy behind him, the big red demon. That's a bloodthirster. He's like the god of war. And over in between him and the flyers, it's an Imperial Knight, one of the newest models that came out. I heavily converted it so it doesn't look the way it's supposed to. But that's basically just a war engine. Strolls across the field and lays destruction.
Very nice, very nice. I think you were telling me last time, Pete, about the about gaming with gray armies. Was that what it was called?
Yeah, Grey Armies. It's the unpainted army.
Right.
Because this is a hobby game, so it's not just what you see over here. It's every single model that's here started off as a gray sprue. You clip out the pieces, you assemble them with glue, and then you slap paint to them, and then this is what you get. All this stuff.
Oh, so they're not even like put
No.
together like this at all?
No, not at all. Each one takes anywhere between 30 minutes for the super easy guys up to hours upon hours upon hours for like the big stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
That night itself took me 6 days to paint.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So to put together, I think it probably took me 2 days. Because not obviously not continuously, but just a couple hours here and there, just shaving down the pieces, all the flash and stuff, and making sure they fit seamless.
Yeah, and
Very
then the really cool thing is like with Jay's Imperial Knight is you can customize the army to your likings.
Mm-hmm.
So like one of our other members, Andrea, she has orcs, and she likes to put them on bikes. Well, she made a whole background story that they're fighting against this Tyranid alien race, and that they wanted to use their claws as weapons. So that's what they did. They cut off their arms, and slapped them to their own. So now it's just a whole biker army with a whole bunch of tyranny claws as power claws. And then she made some of them look like pirates. So it's just a couple guys with pirate hats and like beer bottles that hang by their sides and stuff like that. And so
all made out of green putty. It's pretty awesome to look at.
All handmade out of green putty.
Wow.
Yeah. On top of being painted.
I know what you're thinking.
Smash.
Do y'all make any luchadors?
We could paint you up some.
there are not sister companies, but like third party companies that make custom pieces for your armies. So there are orcs with like sombreros and ponchos and stuff like that, or even like Russian orcs. And it's not even just the orc stuff; it's samurais and Bushido guys and World War I, World War II military guys, and you can put that are the same size as your models, so you can just interchange them to make a whole themed army.
You can make a Spurs army.
You really could.
Let's do it.
That's really nice. Yeah.
Is there some kind of like a starter kit that people usually start out with their armies, or what? What do y'all have for that?
There are, and that's what's really cool about GW, because one of the things you hear the most, the biggest complaint is how expensive the game could be. But with their starter kits, for like $100, you get 2 starter armies, rule book, measuring sticks, everything you need to get started on the game. The newest one, I believe, was Stormclaw.
Yeah.
And that was Orcs and Space Wolves, 2 different armies. Before that was Dark Vengeance, which is actually Space Marines, a Chaos Space Marine starter set. I think that was the first starter set they ever did with 2 Space Marine armies.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
Yeah, they do offer some pretty cool starter packages.
And then now, as a recent trend, not so much 2 armies, but single army starter packs as well. So the latest codex that came out was the Grey Knights. So they have a Grey Knight Nemesis detachment box, and it comes with your leader, it comes with the vehicle, big vehicle, comes with a monstrous creature guy, 2 squads, and then another smaller squad. And typically, this is cheaper than having to buy all these all at once.
Yeah, it comes with all the big nasty stuff. I think it's like, it sounds pricey at $200, but you get much more than what it's worth. Or, than what you pay for.
Like the Land Raider's about 60-70 bucks.
Yeah.
The Dread Knight I know is 60. Terminators are 50 a piece. So I mean, just right there, that's $200. That's over $200. Just those 4 models.
Cool.
Yeah.
So they could put you on a big something or tank or something. Spurs tank.
We should do a Spurs Jesus too. Have him as the good guy and has me as the bad guy.
Make Spurs Jesus the what did you call it, the Warcaster, or what was the guy's name? The one that you kill?
Oh, the Warlords.
The Warlords?
Yeah.
That would be cool. You should do it.
Let's get it done.
Sounds like a plan.
So where do y'all do this? Where do you do Red Star Gaming?
We do it over here at the Heroes and Fantasies off of 410 and Summit. We hold our events there. We play there casually on Friday nights. And then pretty soon we're going to start another league. About maybe like an 8-week league. So people can come get games in, tally up some points and stuff like that. We'll have a prize for the winner at the end.
So what happens in a league?
What happens in a league, typically there's multiple types of league, but the one we want to do it's called an escalation league, where you start off at a low point value, let's say like 500, and then after week 1, you jump up 250 points. Week 2, week 3, just keeps on escalating until you have like a big old 2,000 point game against people. Then you play other players in the league, and you get points. So if you win, you get X amount of points. If you lose, you still get a little bit of points. And then, it just keeps on going, and whoever has the highest points wins.
Oh,
at the
cool.
end of the season or whatever.
What do they win?
It just depends on the price support. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's roughly about $10 a person.
Yeah.
So whoever wins, we usually give it to like first, second place for leagues. And then it'll just be split between them two.
Cool.
So
And it rolls over to price support for the hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a nice
cool.
little plaque. Because
Nice. Is it like a special plaque that's like...
yeah, he's the one that gets them made up.
Yeah, that's one thing we started doing to try to kind of, do something a little bit more special for the guys who attend our events. So we've made 3 different styles so far, and I think we could go 6 to 8 months without ever repeating the same image on the plaque.
Yeah.
So it's just a little 4-inch plaque. I stain it myself, and have them printed up. So it's pretty nice. People seem to like them.
Mm-hmm. So if somebody were to come in to casual gaming, if they came with a gray army, would you still play with them?
Yeah,
Yes.
of course. One thing we don't enforce is having painted armies at our events, and that's just because the reality is not everybody has an insane amount of time to pour into this hobby.
Or even the ability to do it.
Yeah,
I don't have that ability. I don't have that ability.
Yeah, I've been playing this game for 17 years now, and I still have stuff that's not painted. So it's one of those things. So yeah, we welcome everybody. You want to come have fun, play a great game, be a good sportsman, you're welcome, even with the gray army.
And when anybody that we talk to, whether it be those people heroes, whether these conventions that we go to, and they have no idea what the game is, and they want to learn, like, hey, approach us. We're easily approachable. We'll loan you one of our armies, and we'll teach you to play these games on those casual Fridays that we're there. And we'll stop whatever we're doing. Like, hey, we got some new players here. Here, you make them an army. Let's make this other guy an army. We'll have them play together. Let's roll some dice, and try to get more and more people into this hobby.
Wow, that's kind of because a lot of the miniatures groups tend to be kind of exclusive.
Cliquish. Yes.
Yeah.
To each their own.
Yeah.
We've heard people say that they've gone to try to learn games and kind of just been turned away. The other guys don't want to invest any time in it. I mean, we all had to learn this game somehow, and so why not be nice to the guys who are trying to pick it up? We're all noobs at one point. Yeah.
It's a never-learning game. Still having to learn rules and tactics and stuff. There's always something. Always something. Yeah.
Very cool. What are you going to do, big homie? Are you going to come check out this Red Star Gaming?
I'm gonna have to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
We'll get you a shirt too, man. You can rock it.
Excellent. Fluffy 2X, please.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, we got plenty of those. Trust me, we got plenty of those.
I overordered.
And you also have, because I see right here, dice. You have dice.
Yes, we have our own very custom dice. We got them from ChessX.
I know them well.
Yeah, we made sure to go with a legitimate company.
Yeah.
That way nobody say they're loaded dice, so that their name holds a lot of weight. So.
Mm-hmm.
And the cool thing with these is for any event that we hold, any tournament, stuff like that we hold, for last place, they get a set of dice, a set of our own, a pair of 6 Red Star dice.
Mm-hmm.
Because, even though you didn't win the tournament or, you came in last place, here, your dice obviously doesn't like you, so here, we're going to give you some new ones.
Nice.
And hopefully these do a little bit better
And
for you.
what type of dice do you need for this game?
There you go.
Just
Just
6-siders?
Just a D6, yeah.
Mhm.
You don't need a D20. I mean, unless you're counting like victory points or stuff like that.
Mhm.
But other than that, you just need a 6-sided dice.
And then one other dice called a scatter dice.
Mm-hmm.
It has an arrow on 4 of the sides and then a direct hit on 2 of
Like
the
a
sides.
crosshair.
Yeah, so that's for templates, blast templates, barrage stuff. So you pick a point on the table and like, okay, I want to aim my blast here. Let's see if it does anything. You roll the scatter dice. If there's an arrow, then it deviates however much the other dice say. Or if it's a direct hit, boom, it's a direct hit.
And for the new guys that come out who don't have those dice yet, there's plenty of veterans out there that have plenty of scattered dice. So
Oh, cool.
go always lend them out,
Mm-hmm.
So those are kind of like a specialty dice, but you can pick those up at almost any game store, or?
They're made by Games Workshop.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, you would have to buy a set of Games Workshop dice to get them.
Yeah, they're kind of rare to find within the stores.
Mm-hmm.
Very rare. Like I got mine back. Oh man, from Game Lot when I first started playing, about 4 or 5 years ago. That's where I got mine. And then in the starter sets they have them as well. So I mean, starter sets actually come with them.
But that is something that we are looking into as Red Star, is to have our own random directional dice. you know, which
Yeah, because you can't use scatter dice,
you
right?
can, yeah, you get sued. So random direction dice or something. So we plan on customizing some of our own and having those available to people who wanna pick
very
those up
nice.
as well.
With the
Very
red
cool.
with the Red Star logo right there as a direct hit.
Nice.
Yeah,
Because you always want to be happy when you see that logo.
yeah.
Yeah, for us it's a 6. So here's the 1. You got the 6.
Mm-hmm.
So 6 is usually really good in this game. 1s is usually bad.
Yeah. My games, it's the opposite.
Ah.
6s are really bad.
Oh man.
Well, we'll get you some made where the red stars on the one for pinche gaming.
For
only,
pinche
right?
gaming. pinchegames.com. Yeah. No, I see you have like, what are these? Psychic powers and tactical objectives. What are those all about?
So these psychic powers I'm opening right now. In the big rule book, which is this gray one here on top, there's 8 different trees of psychic powers.
Wait. You have 8 different books here?
No.
What is that? What is that?
Well, I mean, if you want to talk about this real quick, we can talk about this real quick. These are the army books. This big one on top, this gray one, is the rule book.
That's like the main core book?
Yes, it has all
this
the
is
rules
main core book.
and missions you need to play
There's
the
paper
game.
that fell out. But here's the... Let this up. So all through here, it's just rules. This whole entire book right here is just rules. Let's move it like that. There are 2 other books that supplement this one. One of them is an all fluff book, which is just all the backstory of all the different armies. It's roughly about the same thickness. And then a third book, which is just a picture book, which displays all the beautifully painted armies by GW.
Nice.
Which them breaking up into 3 separate books is pretty smart.
Oh man,
because
it's so good.
initially all the old ones, everything was together.
Yeah.
So you had a book that thick, and when
That's kind of intimidating.
Yeah, somebody was like, "Oh, where are the rules?" Like, "Oh, the rules are right here." And they're like, "Oh, I'll never remember that."
It's like no. Like this much is all
Yeah. So,
extraneous stuff. Here's the rules.
Yeah.
Just this
so
little
it's
bit.
pretty ingenious of them to break it into 3.
So you're saying the rest of these are for each army?
Yes, so
Each type of
here we
army?
have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of the 14 different armies of Warhammer. So we have the Chaos Space Marines here. We have Chaos Demons. We have Tyranids. We have the Tau. We have Astra Militarum, which were formerly named Imperial Guard. They just renamed them from this new edition. We have the Farside Enclaves, which is actually a supplement to the Tau. They are their own faction of Tau. And some of these books also have different supplements, like the Chaos Space Marines. They have Black Legion. For there's Astra Militarum has the Scions, Tempest of Scions. Escalation, which allows super heavies into the game, which is what that knight is. It's a super heavy. So these we're gonna have those big old tanks, roughly the size of this book, like just chilling on the table, and does lots of damage. One of the latest ones is Space Wolves. They just came out. Orcs here, and the poster child for all of Warhammer, Space Marines.
Very nice.
Space Marines. So in order to play the game, you need one of these rule books for your army, and preferably the main.
So
rule book.
virtually, you just need to buy 2 books
Virtually, yes.
for your one army and then your main core book.
Now, with
But even
all-
then, someone could teach you the rules, right?
yes. And then in that starter packet, there's another rule book, and it's a lot smaller, and it's real lightweight, so it's not as cumbersome to carry.
Yeah,
Like
people
this
seem
big
to
one.
love those.
Yeah,
Small.
I got one myself. It's a lifesaver. Oh, so.
Oh, you were talking. We were
Yes.
talking about psychic powers.
Psychic powers. So within the 41st millennium, there are psychers in most armies. Now, in the big rule book, there's about seven different trees of psychic powers you can take from. Divination, biomancy, telekinesis, telepathy, pyromancy are the staple ones from the big rule book. From the 7th edition that just came out in May, they added 2 more. Well, 1 more split into 2, the Demonology tree. There's Sanctic and Malefic. Sanctic are, well, I should go Malefic first. Malefic is the summoning of demons. So it's the
evil side of.
it's the evil side of psychers.
demonology.
Yeah, they draw from the warp.
It's the dark side.
They draw from the warp. They summon demons to help fight for them, or in bad cases, they themselves get taken over and get possessed by a greater demon that just spews out of them and goes charges and just does crazy stuff. The flip side of that is a Sanctic, which just goes against the demons. So you'll have a lot of special powers that go against the demons. So whether it be
Sweet. It's the Force.
So these cards.
Jedi against Sith.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. These cards, just make things easier. All these are in here in the big rule book, but if you don't want to keep on flipping through pages, you just take out like, okay, I'm gonna roll dice on the telepathy tree. Then you go through these cards like, okay, where's telepathy? Where's telepathy? Here's telepathy. Here's the 7 powers you can learn from telepathy, and they're all numbered. I might probably turn it this way, huh? They're numbered 1 through 6 with the primary power here. So you roll 1 dice, and whatever that number's on the dice corresponds to a certain spell. So let's say you roll that's a primary power. Let's say you roll a 1, 5, and 3. So you know these 3 spells for that one, wherever your psyker is. So you know dominate, you know invisibility, and you know terrify. And because you took everything from one discipline, you're said to be psychically focused into this discipline. You get that primary power for free, which is a psychic shriek. So these are all big rulebook powers. Most factions can take some form of psychic powers, and they have access to some of these. Now, some of these books also have their own psychic powers within their own books, and they have their own tree, and they have their own psychic set of cards as well. These are just make things easier for yourself.
Yeah.
Instead of having the rulebook open, you just have these on the table.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they make the cards for quick reference.
Yeah, and that's all they're for, and they look pretty cool. And they make it easier on yourself as well. Now, the other set of cards, on the other box, these are the new Maelstrom mission tactical objectives. So now, in a normal game of 40K, there's typically going to be anywhere from 3 to 5 objectives on the field, and the main objective of the game is to end the game on a number of these objectives, and you score points. So let's say you have a unit within 3 inches of one objective, you get 3 points. So these Maelstrom missions, they change things up. There's 6 objectives on the table, and they have stuff written on all these cards. So for this one, it says, score 1 victory point if you control objective marker 2 at the end of your turn. So at the beginning of your turn, you have 3 of these cards, and they say different things. So let's go at the end of me and his first turn, I have a unit on marker 2. Okay, hey, at the end of my turn, I'm going to score this 1 card, show it to your opponent. Okay, now I've gotten 1 point. So the way it deviates from the original game is you no longer have to have units on those objectives at the end of the game. You're accumulating points during the game. So it does. You could have 1 model on the table, but you've completed 4, 5, 6 of these. You're still going to win the game because you played to the mission rather than just trying to wipe out your opponent.
Yeah.
So this game is a lot more strategic in the sense where it takes you out of your comfort zone to try to get some of these victory points off some of these cards. Yeah.
Very cool.
I like them. Some people are kind of still on the fence about them.
Seems like it'll make things a lot easier and a lot more fun.
It definitely makes things more random.
Yes.
Yeah, because you generate your cards randomly. You just draw them off the top of your deck, and you don't know which ones you're getting. You know, so you're all set up in your zone, and you have to get an objective that's in your opponent's zone now. So it definitely makes you have to move around instead of you have armies that are dominant and staying put and shooting like Tau armies or Astra Militarum.
I mean, it's nice because it forces you to change your strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's pretty fun. The Maelstrom missions are something that are pure 7th edition. That's when they came out with this new edition.
Yeah.
Like you said, some people hate them, some people like them. I happen to like them.
Yeah,
Very cool. Very cool. Well, guys, thanks a lot for coming in. It's been really, really cool. When's the next time you're going to have an event?
October 4th. It's October 4th. Big freaking tournament 2. BFT 2.
BFT 2.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's 2,000 points. Unbound. Unbound literally means you can bring whatever is in your
So
collection.
is it really freaking?
It's really fun.
Or is it like BFG?
Exactly.
It's BFG, but on our flyers it says freaking. Yeah.
But look out for November. At the end of November, we'll be doing our 2nd annual canned food drive tournament.
Yes.
We did our first one last year in December. We raised, I think, about 200 pounds of canned goods that we donated to the San Antonio Food Bank. So we're hoping, even if you don't play the game, come out to donate. All of it goes to San Antonio Food Bank.
Very cool.
You know, so
Very
yeah,
cool.
we're hoping to have a bigger
and it's like can or because I heard
non-perishable.
Non-perishable.
Yeah.
Do y'all take cash donations for that as well?
I believe we do. It's just easier with the cans.
Yeah.
Because from what I've been told, because I've worked with them, they get cash donations, that they can stretch that a lot further
than the
cans.
Canned food.
Yeah. So if y'all can do that, y'all should probably do that because they make deals with different food distributors and they get a lot more for the dollar.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll definitely have that as an option then.
Yeah. Some people trust us with their money.
Yeah, check it out. Give us money.
Yeah.
It's for the food bank. Yeah. No, that's really, really cool. I'm glad you're all doing something for the community because we're really big into that, and glad other people are doing that as well.
We just finished with the Wounded Warriors a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, we had Heroes and Fancies and our local Games Workshop store here donate some models.
Mm-hmm.
So we went out to the Warrior Family Support Center located at Fort Sam Houston, Texas on Bamsey side. And we spent the day. We hung out there, demoing the game. The kids loved it. These kids walked off with a bunch of models. You know, we gave to them, of course. And they had. They sounded bad.
They're all happy. Yeah, I just snagged this.
Yeah, they got to paint them and everything. So it was lots of fun. We enjoyed it, and we hope to go back within the next few months.
That's awesome, guys.
And something on the recent note, we got contacted by the San Antonio Public Library to maybe do some demonstrations there, talk about the background story of all, because this is a sci-fi universe. So there's a huge in-depth story behind everything that's here.
Wow.
So they would want us to do storytelling and demonstrations and then actually have some of our models on display there at the libraries. So we're still working out stuff with that. So that was very recent, like the past week. We got contacted by one of these guys. So
cool.
Yeah.
Y'all are really coming along. It's awesome.
Well, our 1 year anniversary is in October.
Wow.
Running tournaments.
Running tournaments.
Yeah. You got to do something special, though.
Actually, our good buddy Julius is getting married, so it's kind of he wants to have it kind of like his little bachelor bash kind of thing.
Nice.
If that's special enough. Shout out Pepper and Megan.
Yeah, there you go, Pepper and Megan. Congratulations.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, thanks a lot again for coming in,
Thank
hanging out with me. It was
us.
really awesome. We love seeing your models every time. I love seeing these because I didn't get to see these last time. Because you weren't there.
Yeah, I had to.
You had to go to work or something?
No, family stuff.
Oh, yeah. That works.
Plus, it was a Sunday.
Yeah.
We'll be at Comic-Con, courtesy of you.
Yeah, well, thank you.
So-
Chimericon.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's gonna be some fun stuff. Because y'all weren't there. I didn't even get to see the gaming area last year. Because I was stuck back in a booth. And I don't know how that went off. Did y'all happen to take a look at it, or were you there last year?
I mean, I went as just a guest last year, and I was only there for a day. I didn't even get to see everything, so I honestly have no idea what to expect this year, as far as now being enjoying.
Be big.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome, and we're all gonna be there. We're gonna have a booth set up there. If y'all want to come out and say hi, come and say hi, and
Almost definitely.
Yeah.
it'll be cool. But again, thanks for coming in.
These guys don't shut up. Thank you.
Thanks for coming in. But this has been a great show. I'm Vince.
I'm Pete.
Jay.
Big homie.
Big homie. Geek out, SA.